No, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Busier than a cat having kittens.
This week on iTunes, you might have attended the Music PEI Awards and or read the list of winners in The Guardian, but only here can you listen to the prize winners and hear why they won. Single of the year, album of the year, tons of them. Yous ready, PEI? Let's get her done! How's she going, Prince Edward Island? I am your host, Adam Michael James, and you are listening to the March 14th, 2025 episode of the PEI Arts Award-nominated iTunes. I am still washing the hairspray out of my hair from glamming out for last Saturday's Music PEI Awards. It was hella cool to be there in person, meet so many island artists who I'd only messaged with, and of course find out who won what award live as the Wave trophies were being given out. Mind you, I did also film the week's performances, and I've got one up from Gizmo and one from Pearly Gates on Patreon, where you can dig deeper into PEI's music scene by feasting your eyes on such jam-outs, and also videos of the full interviews I do with our musicians as they're edited for time for the audio show. Parting with just $5 a month gets you access to everything. Patreon.com/iTunes. Help support this podcast and its efforts to amplify island music. Okay, before we get into 2025's Music PEI Award winners and their songs, I must issue a correction from last week's episode. In layman's terms, I made a boo-boo. I played Richard Wood's Care Bear Forever from his Richard Wood Live, an Evening of Celtic Music album, and I told y'all the tune was the second of two homages to his wife Faye on the CD. There's only one, Forever My Always Faye. But the one I featured was not an ode to the Care Bears of 80s cartoon fame. Richard actually wrote Care Bear Forever about Nicola Goddard, the first Canadian female soldier to die in combat. She got the name Care Bear from her cross-country ski team in Edmonton because she gave up the lead in a competition to help a teammate in the throes of an asthma attack. I like to get things right, and I hate it when I don't. I'm not a perfectionist, you're a perfectionist. Call it a birthday present to Faye, whose odometer turned this past week. HBD, Faye. Let's get into our Music PEI Award winners now, and to kick things off, we're going to set the iTunes GPS for Taiwan. That's where this artist comes from. Inspired by her father, himself a skilled musician, this young lady began on piano at 5, then violin at 7, moving on to singing in middle school. By high school, she taught herself guitar, and a YouTube video of a cover she did got the attention of a member of K-pop supergroup BTS, which led to her being signed with a Taiwanese talent agency. You may be thinking, what does someone who already records in English and Mandarin need with PEI? She's studying music here, and while she's island-side, we get to benefit from her charisma and talent. And our pop? Tzu Cheng Wang, who's also been releasing music here. His daughter is Betty, and she did walk away with New Artist of the Year. I've seen her live. She deserves it. She may be shy in receiving honors, but not while immersed in her music. This is Shy. 6 Ys and a smile emoticon. On iTunes, 1 eye. But that's the only eye it needs.
After dinner, I went out, thinking about an excuse for going out. Catching out the bus, going to the place. Now you walk by an ice cap and donut. I see you standing by my side. My heart is beating very fast. I can't see you 'cause of my bad eyesight, but I still know that you're my type. I feel shy by your side, don't know how to say hi. I see blue in your eyes, feel I can take it off my mind. Hey, I'm so high, I'm gonna find somewhere to hide. Don't know why, I might die, reluctant to say goodbye. For going out, catching up the bus, Go into the place that you work, by an ice cap and down that. I see you standing by my side. My heart is beating very fast. I can't see you 'cause of my bad eyesight, but I still know that you're my type. I feel shy inside, don't know how to say hi. I see blue in your eyes, feel like I can take it off my mind. Hey, I'm so hot, I'm gonna find somewhere to hide. Don't know why, I might die, really to say goodbye. It's been
From Taiwan to China and back to PEI, that is Tiffany Liu on iTunes, who went home with Music PEI's Achievement and World Music Award. Incidentally, she's now won that category 2 years in a row. You just heard the title track from her 2023 album, Riding the Waves, and Tiffany masterfully navigates the musical waters on a vessel called the Chinese pipa, a traditional stringed instrument related to the lute that she has been mesmerizing audiences with for over 20 years. She definitely wowed award gala attendees, that's for sure. Jazz is a tough genre to define. Though there are consistencies within it that make it what it is, it seems there are as many kinds of jazz as there are musicians who play it. When you're Carly Howell, that works, because they have an iron in the fires of course, jazz, but also classical, folk, and even Brazilian influences. Carly comes to us from Manitoba, then Toronto, and they consider their work intergenerational, interdisciplinary, and centering the voices of feminized, trans, and queer artists. In addition to performing with County Line Romance at Shane Pendergast's Jack Pine Folk Club this Saturday night, Carly will be heading out to Japan with Tanya Davis next month, and I am so jealous. For now, hear why Carly won this year's Achievement in Jazz Music Award. This is Carly's 2024 single, Let It Land, coming in for a landing right here on the runway called iTunes. Roger and Wilco.
I've gotta let it land before I fly. Yeah, I've gotta reach the ground before I touch the sky. All I wanna do is pick up the phone and talk to you. Oh, I've gotta let it land. I can give you all the space you need. You can take all the time you want with me. The ice may be cracking right beneath our feet. All we need to do is breathe. Rainbow moon on a grayscale sky. Frozen lake, silhouette of pine. Oh, these old trees know that you can't rush, taking it slow. Yeah, we've gotta let it land. And maybe through the winter we'll go. Together we can try to read the stars. Search for a sun minor, see Venus from afar. Never mind the satellites, let's start from where we are. Well, when you're used to traveling light years, it's the weight that's hard. I've gotta let it land before I fly. I've gotta reach the ground before I touch the sky. What am I to do to myself? I must be true. So I'm gonna let it land. Yeah, I'm gonna let it land. Oh, I'm gonna let it land. 'Cause I wanna go the distance with you.
Carly Howell on iTunes with their track Let It Land. And don't mess, Carly knows the Brazilian martial art capoeira and will let it land on you. Coming up, more Island category toppers, including winners for Single of the Year, Instrumental Recording of the Year, and Entertainer of the Year. This is usually where I entertain you with an audio lesson called This Week in PEI History, but as this is once again a Music PEI Award-centered episode, I want to focus on these historic wins. I promise you your course in past Island events will continue next week, so study up. Let's get loud, bitches! I mean the Rock Loud Recording of the Year. Naturally, what did you think I meant? These winners had some stiff competition from 20 Eyes, Heather, Oak Drive, and Spacebud, but the four-piece combo of Spencer Swain, Julian Kitson, Patrick Stephen, and Daniel Hartinger, also of Absolute Losers, prevailed based off of their 2023 EP Buddy System. They've also toured with the Losers and supported 2 Hours Traffic last December during their 15th anniversary of Territory set of shows. When I talked to these guys at one of the Music PEI Award Week concerts, I forgot to ask if they take their name from a certain Gremlins character, but hey, you can't remember everything. This is Gizmo, proving their rock/loud metal, or is that metal, with the short but super sweet Producer Virtual on iTunes, which fits because they are virtually in the middle of producing a full-length record that will be out later this year. Yeah, buddy!
Hey, this is Chris from the Devil's Punch Bowl, and you're listening to iTunes.
Passionate Imperial makes me pull out my hair. The judge of tiny tedious tasks like I'm not even there. And though I gave him all my days, even great ones on the beach, I guess it's not enough cause the boss man's still not pleased. Sit inside the
Absolute Losers with the title track from their 2023 album At the Mall here on isletunes. Like, meet me at the food cart, okay? Hey, I was an 80s teen, I admit it. And while the trio of brothers Sam and Josh Langell and Daniel Hartinger, yes, a member they share with Gizmo, weren't around yet in the 80s, they did nab not one but two Music PEI Awards on March 8th, Single of the Year and Pop Recording of the Year. Those statuettes go nicely with the New Artist of the Year trophy they earned in 2024. They started out as post-punk, and I can definitely hear early 80s in the sound, but they've got their own new collection in the oven with a fitting dash of pop in the mixture, reminiscent of the award they just won. I saw them live at one of the Music PEI Award Week concerts too, and I have to say that Pop Edition was a harbinger of things to come. I mean harbinger. There's a lot of lodging here on PEI, isn't there? Whether for locals or tourists, vacations or staycations. Might I suggest you check into In Echo? While you may or may not find mints on your pillow, you'll most assuredly find the sounds of traditional Irish and Scottish ditties fused with blues, pop, and even dub within their original compositions. You may not have heard the trio of Thule Porcher, Carson McKeown, and Tom Gammons at their shows in Australia or Scotland, but you could very well have caught them at our very own Festival of Small Halls in PEI. All of the members are CFAs, Thule from BC, Carson from Ontario, and Tom from the States, but when you hear their music, you won't care. They've already received accolades from Music PEI for their previous work, but they can add 2025's Instrumental Recording of the Year to the list owing to their record Hemispheres. Here's a sample. This is Big Blue on isletunes from the musical lodging known as In Echo. Leave them a 5-star Yelp review, would you?
to a song that we both knew. But dance again, I wanna feel alive, alive. Still hope, but I know it's late. Your eyes keep my mind awake. Days go by, I still think of me. Still hope, but I know it's late. Eyes keep my mind awake. Days go by, I still think of me. You're unfamiliar to me. Find me in the sunlight, 'cause it burns it away. This kind of love, though I never thought that I couldn't save. No, I couldn't save myself. You can see I let it drag me straight to hell. But there's something I let go of, something I've forgiven. But I still wanna know. Still hope, but I know it's late. Eyes keep my mind awake. Days go by, I still think of me. Think of me. Still hope, but I know it's late. Eyes keep my mind awake. Days go by, I still think of me. Oh, let's take a ride. Let's make it right. Let's stay outside. Let's swim in the shows tonight. Let's take a ride. Let's make it right. Let's stay outside. Let's swim in the shows tonight. Let's take a ride. Let's make it right. Let's stay outside. Let's swim in the shows tonight. Let's take a ride. Let's make it right. Let's stay outside. Let's swim in the shows tonight. Days go by, 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 days go by.
Arriving on PEI by way of his native Egypt with a stop through Lebanon for good measure, that is Hikato with his track Days Go By. Hikato comes from hearty musical stock. His dad was Egyptian recording artist Riyad El Hamshari, and the H-Man has already proven every oodle of his own talent by grabbing no less than 5 Music PEI Award nominations. The award he took home was Digital Presence of the Year. Let's backtrack. 5 nominations. This when he only just released his first single 9 months ago in June 2024. 9 months ago. As I seem to recall, he said in his acceptance speech, "Release that music because you never know where it's going to lead you." Hikato ain't done with us yet. Still to come, just little Music PEI awards like Songwriter of the Year and Album of the Year. No big whoop. Owing to the spotlight on this year's Music PEI Award winners, gigs to dig across Prince Edward Island will once again be preempted, but return at its regular time next week. Preempted. That's what happened when TV got interrupted by a special report or something and you just couldn't stream it somewhere else to find out what happened. Oh, go look it up for real. How do you define a good entertainer? Stage presence, performing quality, above average material, maybe that mercurial extra something special? Music PEI might have had that criteria in mind when they handed Brad Milligan their Entertainer of the Year plaque last weekend. Brad was known for grooving with his band Arsenal Mills for a while, and he also played with the Love Junkies, but it was in 2023 that Brad went solo and released his Gettin' Better EP, the title of which seemed to serve more as a prediction than something to call the collection. If you didn't know Brad from any of that, you know him from being a constant presence on island stages, performing classic rock and country hits with all manner of musical compatriots from Joss Frayome to Brooke MacArthur. And if you listen, there's a little bit of his love for the Eagles in everything he does. Now, isletunes is here to hip you to one of his tracks that earned him this entertaining prize, Everything I Am, Everything in Me. And that's everything.
Twisted lines, they get the best of me sometimes. They keep me awake, but I'm digging low, 'cause it's deeper than you know. To be the one who can't let go, when everything I am, everything in me is telling me that I don't know what's lately. It makes me wonder why, that everything I am, everything in me is telling me that I still love you, baby. And I won't risk our lives on a goodbye, on a goodbye. Well, I've been wondering, yeah, I've been wondering if I belong to you. Guess you belong to me too, yeah. I wanna reach these heights of a love that will survive. Everything in me, everything in me, everything in me. Everything I am, everything in me is telling me that I still love you, baby. I won't risk our lives on a goodbye, on a goodbye. Yeah, 'cause everything in me, everything in me, everything in me, everything in
What's up? It's Braden V, and you're listening to isletunes, the podcast that plays nothing but music from Prince Edward Island artists.
Why can't you just tell the truth? It's not like your hands are tied. I've got my high beams on you. I've got you caught in a lie. Try to hold back my anger, but it hits like a train. I'll try to stick to the plan here, but let's be clear, I wanna bring the pain. Where do you go when you can't go home? I hope you know, I hope you know. Where do you go when you can't go home?
I'll cut you out of my life, and any trace of your name is going up in a big smoke as I bask in the flames. Where do you go when you can't go home? I hope you know, I hope you know. Where do you go when you can't go home? I hope you know, I hope you know. I hope you had a good reputation. Now it's all been defaced. We used to have such a dream here, and now it's just empty space.
Dylan Menzies, a dozen years into his career and still riding high with last fall's album North American Dream Kid. You just heard its track Where Do You Go When You Can't Go Home on isletunes. I'll tell you what did go home, Music PEI's Songwriter of the Year Award, which was one of 6 trophies Dylan was up for. This self-admitted former nerdy skater kid wanted to create an album evocative of a dreamer who is humbled yet empowered by love, depression, the housing crisis, and the abuse of power. I would guess more in one part of North America than another, if you know what I mean.
We are not the 51st anything!
Thank you, Jeff Douglas. I mean, Joe Canadian. Pretty complex subjects to write songs about. You wondering anymore why Dylan Menzies won this award? That leaves us with one remaining Music PEI Award winner for 2025 whose catalog we're going to dip into. Admittedly, there are 11 other categories still, but I've been trying not to play the same songs as I did in last week's nominees episode. Plus, if I did everything, we'd have a 2-hour show, and who needs that when the average adult attention span clocks in at just 8 minutes? I'm sorry, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, okay. Vichten Connexion. Sisters Pastel and Emmanuel Leblanc formed Vichten with Pastel's husband Pascal Muse in 2004, and they became quite the francophone force to be reckoned with over the years, putting out at least 6 albums that I can see in that time. In 2022, Pastel succumbed to cancer, and its surviving members could have just called it a day and no one would have thought less of them. But Pascal and Emmanuel went on as a duo, just branching out and recruiting other musicians to record with. That they had upward of 150 of Pastel's iPhone recordings to work with helped a whole lot as well. And so Vichten Connexion was born. After 3 build-up singles through late 2023 and into 2024, they released Expansion, the perfect title to describe how they took the opportunity to expand. Among Vichten's collaborators are Jesse Perriard and Rowan Gallant from 10 Strings and a Goat Skin, Julie Pelissier-Lush, and Catherine McClellan, who contribute vocals to this one. This is Sauvage, which, as you'd expect, translates to savage in English. Vichten Connexion on isletunes, the winners of both Music PEI's Traditional Roots Recording of the Year and Album of the Year. Formidable!
I am the wild, I am the waves, I am the sea, I am the gale, I am the waves running high, I am the wild, je suis sauvage, je suis l'oiseau qui s'envole et qui voit-tu le fait.
Vichten Connexion, connecting with Catherine McClellan on their collab Sauvage, played savagely for you on isletunes. I've got one more bit of housekeeping for you guys before we wrap up this puppy, and that is going down the list of the other Music PEI Award winners for 2025 that weren't played in this episode. In no particular order, Musician of the Year was Maya Marquez. The Prix de l'Acadie went to Aubin Pila SAB. The winner of the Leo Chevry Community Contributor Award was Rory O'Donnell. Educator of the Year was Mark Parsons. The Recording Sector Award was given to Colin Buchanan. Joss Rayom won for R&B Soul Recording of the Year. Cavi took home the prize for Rap Hip Hop Recording of the Year. Achievement in Classical Music was awarded to Sarah Hagen. The Contemporary Roots Recording of the Year award went to Tara McLean, and Music Video of the Year was presented to Lawrence Maxwell and Brooke MacArthur. Housekeeping done. Except to remind you what I said at the beginning, $5 a month gets you access to exclusive videos of performances and interviews on patreon.com/isletunes. While you're subscribing, if you're listening on YouTube, hit subscribe on that, which helps the channel to be seen by others and all that. Speaking of support, you can help defer the costs that go into making this podcast happen by making a donation through PayPal, link in the description. But if you'd rather have something tangible for your efforts, grab some isletunes merch over at isletunes.creator-spring.com. I just got my own t-shirt and I will be modeling it for you soon. Did you like the Islanderism that Trevor Lowe Clements delivered at the beginning of the show? Want to hear yourself start an episode too? Send a recording of yourself doing up an island catchphrase to amj@isletunes.ca or leave it on a voicemail on 902-807-4250. You can use these contact means to make comments or suggestions as well. Musical contribution to the isletunes theme by Kaylin McCauley and John Hashem. Show concept by Rocky O'Neill. Coordination assistance by Jackie Robichaux. I'm Adam Michael James, and episode 80 is in the books. Next week, it's back to business as usual with all things Music PEI Awards also in the books. There's been quite a bit of new music dropping while we've been celebrating last year's drops. You're going to hear fresh cuts from Norder, LaFunk, and B-Knock, plus more of the music that makes this wonderful little island go round. That's how we keep it Canadian around here. Stay strong, my adopted country. Don't give over to Agent Orange and all those orange wannabes from my native country. And remember, ultimately, freedom and democracy are stronger than fear and tyranny. You know it. Thanks for listening, PEI. See you in 7.